Hey, I'm Carolyn Harding. I'm an artist activist and I live in Columbus, Ohio. I also happen to be Elizabeth Harrington's middle sister. So I just wanted to say hey to everybody, and I got the experience to go on the Dolomite trip last fall. And I decided to do it because our beloved mother passed away at 96 in July, and we all had time to do something like this, take an adventure. And so when I saw that my other sisters were signing up, I decided this would sound great, and we'll follow Elizabeth, we call her Libby, to the Dolomites. I am not a athlete. I'm not a marathoner or a extreme athlete. I walk around my community and I do stretch and core, and I take dance classes, and as I'm an actor. And so, and I was mostly worried about my knee because several years ago I did a half marathon walk and my knee was a mess afterwards. So I was concerned that I might not make it with my knee. So I jumped on board the Vital Training program, and I did it faithfully. And also I loved it because I could do it from my house, and I didn't have to have any expensive equipment. And so I did the workouts, and I actually enjoyed them. And then when we all got together in Venice, I was ready, I hoped. And it was a trip of a lifetime, and I learned a whole lot. And some of the things I valued the most about it was that, well, it was very bonding with the group. And I'm going to move off the road. And it was beautiful, absolutely stunning. And we were in Europe. I mean, who could ask for more? And I'll have to tell you, my knees did not give me any trouble. I did learn a lot of other things, though. And so I have to tell you, though, Libby, or Elizabeth, her program is so good. And she's there, to help and make sure everything's planned and ready to go. And the accommodations were wonderful, beautiful, and the food was delicious. And I really have faith in her organization. And I guess I'm the only one out of the 5 sisters that wasn't able to finish all 4 days hiking. And there were many factors that all came together. But I would have a couple tips for those of you that are taking the trip that aren't extreme athletes. And that is, 1, make sure you trust your shoes. My shoes were too big and too wide, and I always felt like I was going to trip. So that doesn't help someone like me. And number 2, do your research, know what kind of hiking it's going to be. I mean, I'm used to the rolling hills of Hocking Hills, and I was expecting these open, wide vistas of meadows most of the time. And we did have beautiful meadows, but we did have a lot of very narrow trails with real sharp, steep going down that were kind of scary to a person like me. So do your research and do a little hiking before. And what else? Oh yeah, if you have anxiety or you have insomnia, make sure you have something to help yourself so that you can sleep. Because I ended up the first 3 days only getting 3 nights of sleep. 3 hours of sleep. And so by the 3rd, 4th day, I was like, I can't do this. And Libby was so understanding, so non-judgmental, and so affirming. And she agreed. She said, no, I think it's better if you don't. It would just come along with the transport. So I did that. And I learned so much. It was a little humbling because I'm very competitive with my sisters. and so I have my claim to fame. And but what I'll take away from me is some of the lessons I learned going down those really steep slopes is take those little baby steps, little baby duck steps with your toes pointing out and leaning forward, which I never would have thought, and have good shoes and maybe have a good sleep aid. But if you're on the fence with Lib, with the Vital Ventures, no, go. You're in safe hands. You're in good hands with Elizabeth Harrington as your guide. And it's worth it. And it's worth coming home and unpacking even, some of your disappointments, because there were some really grand highs and great lessons, great camaraderie. So, I want to do the Alaska trip, and I'm scared to death of bears. So, you know what? I'm going to have to face that one. And one more thing. Take your vacation after the adventure. Okay? That way you'll really be able to relax. All right. Bye-bye.